Hi everyone, and welcome to this first episode. In this first episode, I'm going to talk a lot because I think it's very important for you to understand which questions you should ask yourself when you want to start an online business. I'm going to try to answer all these questions in this first episode. You know, when you want to start an online business, but you're not 100% sure that you want to do this idea, or you might have an idea that you're not sure that it would work, the best way to do it is to actually copy what's already on the market. But you have to be very precise with what you want to do, because only you know your limits. And this is funny because we call it the Tinder Effect. Why are we talking about Tinder? Well, it's very simple. The more choices you get, the more unlikely you are to make a definitive choice. When you match with 150 girls and you talk to all of them, well, the first girl could have been the woman of your life, but you match with 1,000 more and then you don't really know where to go. That's the same thing with business. So you might have an idea and then you will have plenty of different ideas and you think, wow, this idea might actually work, where you should stick to the one that you truly believe in. Whatever you come up with, it could be the best idea in the world, but let's say 90% of all the ideas have already been taken and someone probably already did it way better than you were about to do. Starting an online business is a very exciting process, but you have to know that deep inside you will have to go through a lot of problems and you will have to face the unknown. I'm going to give you another example so you can actually understand what I mean by the unknown. Starting your online business is like telling your friends that you're going to cross the Atlantic Ocean just with a stupid raft. So everyone thinks you're a hero. They're going to be super happy for you. And once you are on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, well, you are a hero, but no one, literally no one, will understand how it feels to be on a raft facing big waves and storms and sharks, starvation, or even loneliness. And the fact that you cross the ocean is actually quite exceptional in a way, because most of the time what would happen is that you will see people on a fancy yacht telling you, hey bro, do you want to work for me? Let's forget about this journey and I'm gonna give you some salary every month. And in a way you're right, because the finality is way more elegant than the practice itself. And the same goes for many different activities. When you watch dancers doing amazing flips, turning around and stuff like that, you do not think about all the training they've been through, right? So if you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to understand that it's going to be a very hard process. That's why you do not have to rely too much on your friends and family when you want to become an entrepreneur, because they only want to see the happy you. They only want your happiness in a way, right? And if they see you failing so many times, they will be like, okay, I found a job for you, and you might want to stop and surrender, like French people. Why are you running? And be like, okay, this is bullshit. I should not start my online business. It's too hard. Okay, let's stop and let's go back to normal life. But this is not what I want to hear in this YouTube channel, because I'm gonna give you the tips for this. There are two types of people that might affect your final decision: the pessimist and the optimist. If you are a pessimist or you are very skeptical, you will always have something to say to someone who is actually giving you an idea. Something like, oh, it will never work. Oh, I know this guy, he already did it, it's not working. They will always try to pull you down, because in a way, they will never do anything in their life. They hate the fact that you could be happier than them. Even though you're gonna work 15 hours a day, you're gonna work way more than them during the week. These guys will never live their life to the fullest, and they will always have something to say or even complain regardless. They just fear the future. They fear the unknown. But now, if you're an optimist, you can't stand those stupid pessimist bastards because they will always tell you that any idea that you come up with sucks. But be careful though, because by being surrounded by positive people only, you will lose track of all the things that are doable or not. In a way, they will always cheer you up, because positive people believe that everything is possible, right? But positive people have so many ideas, and the problem is they mostly end up doing nothing. They have too many ideas in their head actually. And you know why? It's because they see too far in the future. So what I am trying to say, guys, it took me 10 years to understand this. So please, you will have to be patient a little bit. It's very hard to explain this subject in just 5 or 10 minutes, okay? Do not try to overthink too much and try to do so many things at the same time. Just think wisely and ask yourself, what am I good at? Of course, it's very nice to listen to positive people and positive things, but somehow it's also interesting to listen to negative people because they have this short vision that you probably don't have. They are pretty much the tough reality of life. If you are too comfy with your idea, you might just go the wrong way. Let me tell you why. For example, let's say that you want to develop a Facebook only for dogs, and you talk about it to your friends, and they say, bro, that's a very good idea, but I don't think that my dog will need it. But yeah, just go for it. And then you end up creating a Facebook for dogs for the rest of your life. But of course, it will never work because dogs, if they could talk, they would say, I don't need Facebook. What is wrong with you, man? And this is going to be the last point of my video. If you have an idea, go test it on potential users, not your friends, not your family, real potential users. And you're gonna tell me, like, how do I do so? Well, guys, you just have to think outside of the box. And I'm gonna give you the first tip of this YouTube channel. That's the very first one. You know 9gag? You probably know this app, 9gag. I probably pronounced it wrong because of my French accent. This app is very super interesting. I think I will do in the future like a complete video about 9gag because this app has so much potential. But anyway, if you have a good look at the app, you will see that people actually ask questions. This is why I like 9gag, because the community is in most cases not toxic at all. And there are so many different people, so many different social classes, like rich people, poor people, engineers. So you can actually test your idea on a very large panel of different people from all over the world in just 2 seconds. Not only 9gag, but there's so many forums online, there's so many platforms where you can actually ask questions, and it takes you like 2 seconds to post something that you can just copy paste, and in 2 seconds you post the same message all over the internet. Once again, you should know your limits. I know my limits. I know what I can do. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm very bad at, like accounting. I'm terrible with numbers, okay? Yeah. Okay, one more thing, guys. I really want to finish this video with something that we haven't talked about during the whole video. Don't think that just because you found this great idea, you will change the world with your future business. A business is a whole bunch of ideas, not just one. You might have a good idea for a product, but you will need 5 or 10 more ideas to promote this product, for example. There's tons of things you will have to think about, and having just one idea for a whole business is definitely not good enough. Well guys, I hope you liked the video, and this week we'll start the real process. But this is just a little bit of theory, so I really want to talk about this first so you can have a good idea of what I'm gonna do. And next week I'm gonna tell you all the things that I would do if I wanted to start an online business. But we're gonna do it together, right? Remember that. So guys, let's start from scratch. I'll see you soon, guys. Cheers, 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 cheers.